Are you applying for a lot of jobs, but your resume is not getting selected? Your resume is your first impression to the recruiters. It is your sales pitch. Whether you're looking for a job here in Germany or in Europe, a right resume can open a lot of doors for you. Hi everybody, welcome to our channel International Career Service Rhein-Main. I'm Gurpreet. I'm working in Germany as a lead HR, where I'm responsible for hiring a lot of different candidates for different positions all across Europe. In this video, we are going to cover what your resume is, how do you read a job description and translate that into your resume, how do you optimize your resume as per the ATS tools, how do you create a perfect resume for the German job market, tips and tricks to create a perfect CV, and also what are the common mistakes to avoid. So let's get started. First, let's understand what a resume is and what it is not. A resume is not your full autobiography. In fact, it is a clear, concise document that sells your skills. A good resume is usually between 2 to 3 pages long. You write sentences in bullet points. It is easy to read, also does not have a lot of different colors or different fonts, and no grammatical mistakes. It is result oriented. That means it not only focuses on what you have done, but also what you have achieved. Now let's understand how do you read a job description and translate that into your resume. When you find a job opening, you need to spend some time in analyzing the job description. The first few sentences of the job descriptions are your mandatory skills that are required by the recruiters, and the last few sentences are the least mandatory skills. The second step is to identify the keywords. The keywords are nothing but the important words in a sentence that relates to the skills and qualification. Having the right keywords in your resume will help you pass the ATS tool and also grabs recruiters' attention. And the next thing you should focus on is the roles and responsibilities that is mentioned in the job description. Please understand, the roles and responsibility in your resume should match to that of the job description. The one tip here is that you should always modify your resume as per the job description. The bulk apply will never work here in Germany. So always make sure you update your resume as per the job role that you are applying for. The next step is to optimize your resume as per the ATS tool. An ATS tool is nothing but an applicant tracking system which is used by most of the recruiters here in Germany. An ATS tool helps the recruiter to scan the resume and also filter out resumes which are not matching to the job description. An ATS tool is just matching your resume to the job description using the right keywords. The keywords are nothing but the skills and the qualifications that you have mentioned in your resume. There are few ATS tools that use the STAR methodology. That means they will tell the recruiter that the resume is having 3 out of 5 stars. On the other hand, there are few ATS tools that uses percentages. For example, they will tell the recruiter that this resume is matching 65 to 70% to the job description. In most of the cases, the recruiters will never review a resume that is matching 60% or less to the job description. If you want your resume to be read quite well by an ATS tool, it is very important that your resume is created in a very simple Word document format. Do not use a lot of logos, lot of images or photos in your resume because then the ATS tool cannot read it. On the other hand, always apply your resume using a PDF format. Now we are going to focus on what should be the right format of your resume. So on the very top left corner, you are going to add a professional photo. Please understand you need to add a professional photo and not a selfie or a very casual photo. In case if you do not have a professional photo, then it is recommended to not have any photo at all. Then in the center section, you can write your name and also the title of the role that you're applying for. And on the top right corner, you can enter your contact information, such as your address, your phone number, your email address, your LinkedIn profile, or your GitHub link. Make sure you do not add age, gender, date of birth. These details in your CV are not required. After this section, you have to go to the professional summary or a job skills section. Now, in the professional summary, you're going to cover the end-to-end skills that you have. Also, you will try to do matching with the companies that you are applying for. Let me give you an example. In case if you're applying for a company who is a startup and you already have experience working in a startup, then you're going to capture this information in this particular section. On the other hand, if you are applying for a company in healthcare domain and you have that experience in healthcare domain, then you're going to also capture that information in this section. And then in the next section, you're going to capture the technical skills and qualification. You need to add the tools and technologies that you have worked on, the applications and databases that you have used, and so on and so forth. This section is super important for an ATS tool. So please make sure that you cover all the keywords, all the skills and technical tools that you have worked on in this section. After this, you can move on to the work experience section. In work experience, you're going to first write about your most recent work experience and then go on to the oldest work experience. One thing which is super important here is that you need to highlight your roles and responsibility and not define what the company was doing or what the project was doing. After your work experience section, you have to go to your education and certifications. One thing here which is important is always mention the year of your education. And finally, you can mention your additional skills such as language skills and so on. For example, if you are learning German, I would still mention in the CV learning A1 and A2 German rather than not mentioning that at all. Now, in case if you're a fresher or a student who is now switching their careers into a completely new domain and you do not have a lot of work experience, then what you can do is you can convert that work experience section into your internships or projects that you have done. Also, maybe you have taken some freelancing projects or also some volunteering work that you have done in your university. You can also mention that. In Germany, it is always recommended that you attach additional documents such as your certificates, transcripts, or references from your previous employers. Finally, let's cover some tips and tricks to create a perfect CV and also what are the common mistakes to avoid. The very first one is making sure there are no grammatical errors or spelling mistakes in your resume. Even if you have perfect technical skills and perfect soft skills, but still if your resume has grammar errors or spelling errors, your resume will definitely get rejected by the recruiter or the hiring manager. The next thing is making sure that you have a right formatting in your resume. A lot of times when I review a resume, I see that different sections have different formatting, even different font size. The resume should have same formatting, also same font size, and no different colors. And the third thing is to always apply your resume in a PDF format. Never apply using a Word format or image format. Finally, make sure that your resume is always read by someone else and this person really understands the flow of your resume and what you're trying to explain. So always getting that third opinion will help you in crafting the best resume. So here you go. You have everything that you need to create a winning CV. In case if you like this video, please click on like, share and subscribe. And also if you want to learn how do you create a perfect cover letter for the German job market, then please watch this next video.